Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot. This will be your January 2020 reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are you guys? I hope you are headed into this new year feeling rejuvenated and uplifted and ready to begin a new year ahead. If you have been watching my channel for a while, I really appreciate that, and all of you who have subscribed. I'm getting a lot of new subscribers, which is really fun for me, so thank you to everyone. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you'll get notifications of when new videos are posted. I just posted a 2020 predictions video for each sign. I'll do this video. I also have another one that's an overview of all the cards in the Rider-Waite deck that's pretty helpful if you're watching a lot of tarot and sometimes you're finding the stories don't really resonate with you. It may be an interpretation of the cards. I even occasionally will watch tarot and see some different interpretations than the way that I have learned the cards. So, you know, it is kind of interesting. So I guess I would just tell you to be informed. So as you go ahead through the year, I hope you prosper and abundance finds you. We are going to set the tone of our reading today with an Abraham Hicks Asking It Is Given card. This is a great book. They've written many books. They've written this one, but they've also written Law of Attraction, Money in the Law of Attraction, Into the Vortex. They've got quite a few meditations out there, so you can find Abraham on YouTube if you're interested in learning more about the teachings of Abraham. So, behind my every desire is my desire to feel good. That will be our Abraham card, kind of guiding the reading. There is no desire that anyone holds for any other reason than that they believe they will feel better in the achievement of it. Whether it is a material object, a physical state of being, a relationship, a condition, or a circumstance, at the heart of every desire is the desire to feel good. So oftentimes when people are trying to manifest, they start to get frustrated when they don't see the physical manifestation. And so instead of asking yourself, why is it taking so long? Ask yourself, why do I want this? And really feel what it would feel like to have that physical reality. Feel what it would feel like to be in that new car, in that house, in that marriage, whatever it is that you really want to see in your life. So nothing changes in your life until you do. So you do have to raise your own vibration and learn how to manage your thoughts. If you're finding you're having a lot of encounters with negative people, unfortunately, that's a reflection of our own vibration. So that is an indicator, and I would tell anybody who's experiencing that to embrace it to some degree, to let it guide you so that you can attract in those experiences that you want. So here we go, Aries, for 2020. What is going to go on for Aries January 2020? This is for the month of January. Okay. So this is in the current, it's the heart of the matter here. Slide these over just a touch. Sorry, I'm trying to organize my cards. I usually do this ahead of time, and I don't know, I just didn't. I had this set up for a different kind of a reading from previously, and I don't have quite enough room in a regular or an ancient spread is really what this is called. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck too, you have the Three of Wands and you have the Six of Wands. So a lot of fire energy in this. You've got three fire cards here. The heart of the matter, you have the High Priestess, so the card of the psychic is your current position here, and the immediate influence on it is the Four of Wands. So what you have here is all about taking action. It's about trusting your gut, trusting your instincts to move forward, knowing that Spirit is guiding you. So look around you for those synchronicities that happen where it's just like, how in the world did that line up? And know that that's your higher self or your spirit guiding you in the right direction. So for the month of January, you are going to be very intuitive, but I also see this as a time of, a time of great joy where some things are going to be coming to fruition for you. So I think the current position looks pretty good. And then underneath it, you have, this is kind of like your destiny card or the goal in the matter. I feel like somebody here wants to have a conversation. You want to reunite with someone, have a discussion with them. And I actually think that is going to end up happening based on what I'm seeing here overall. There's been some conflict in the past, and part of it, Aries doesn't like to shy away from being true to themselves. And I think for some of you, you did that. And I've done that too as an Aries and regretted it, where I took responsibility for someone else and it was not good. I really walked away not feeling better, but feeling worse. Like, well, how did that happen? Now I'm somehow to blame for this when they're the ones that have been lashing out. So I feel like you have something to set straight, and you are going to speak your mind, but you're going to do it in a way that's somewhat orderly, and the word restrained comes to mind. It's just going to be in a way that's very diplomatic. You're going to speak your mind, but in a way that's not going to create more issues. I always tell people that, like, don't ever make a scene or lose your temper to the point where you're swearing at people, because you can't recover from that. You just can't. So that is kind of your goal, is to have this discussion with somebody. In the distant past here, somebody moved away from you. It may have been physically, but I feel like it's more been emotionally, where you had some kind of a falling out in a relationship. It could be a job too, but could be with an air sign. So if it was a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, that very well could be. You've got some cups here, some earth. You've got kind of a mix, and you've got Capricorn in here too. But I do think if it was with an air sign that you had some kind of a falling out or breakup with, it's been quite a while since you have spoken with this person. And so it's been just hanging out there. And it's not one of those things where you can just move on. You have a lot of history with this person. And it might have even been a marriage where you didn't have kids and there was a divorce, but there was much unfinished business, that you were not anywhere in a condition to be getting a divorce, until you're on flat ground with your spouse, and you've done everything you can, and you both look at each other and say, there's really nothing more we can do, this is just not working, you are not ready to get a divorce. And I feel like that's what happened here. You might have been very young when it happened, or somebody in the mix was very immature, and they moved away, but with them they carried some baggage. They are carrying weight with them, and they're ready to sit down with you and to have a conversation. I do think it could lead to a reconciliation. Even if it was a divorce, I've seen that before where it's been years. I've also seen it, where I know of one couple, they've been divorced for 30 years. Neither one of them are with another mate, but they're like best friends. They don't live together. It's not a romantic thing, and they're older now, but they talk every day, and they really are like best friends. It's interesting. It's like they were meant to be in each other's lives in some capacity, so here they are. This is the recent past, and I do think with this person has been obsessing over you. Could be vice versa too, where you've been doing some online stalking, checking out their Facebook or even Googling them to see where they are, like not getting on their LinkedIn account, but anonymously looking at it to see where are they working, maybe even looking at their family members' stuff online to kind of get an idea of what's going on with them. And it could be, like I said, vice versa. Have you ever had somebody accidentally like one of your pictures or posts that you're not friends with? That's fun. And it's like, who is this? Or it's somebody that and they've been snooping around your page and not realizing that they accidentally liked something. So anyway, this is also a past influence, but it's more recent. Here is the upcoming energy. You two don't want to fight anymore. That's really what I get with this. It's like you both are kind of like done with trying to figure out who was wrong in the situation, and it's more like, how do we move forward? Because there's clearly some kind of a connection here that we just cannot deny. And I do think with this, And with this, it's interesting because the Five of Swords is all about change. And that's where I feel like where you had that Six of Swords where there was emotional and physical and no communication, distance. With the Five, that's the change that you're going to see. And with the Three of Wands, that's like you're making progress, but it's not too late to turn back. It's also like you're waiting for someone. So I do feel like both of you are kind of waiting on somebody to make the first move. I really wish you had the Ace of Wands in here, but you don't. It would be the perfect reading for that. However, you do have the Six of Wands, and it's telling you, because the Five of Swords and Six of Wands are about victory, but in different ways. I do think with the Six of Wands, when you go to sit down with this person, you're gonna be in a place of a lot of calm, tranquility, serenity. There's not anything that they can do to really shake your cage or rattle your cage. You're going to be able to talk with them. And I do think they want to come back around for sure and reconcile with you. This is you, the querent. You've got this Page of Wands. You were an uplifter in this relationship, and they know that. They feel like they were at their climax or their pinnacle when they were with you. And there are times they reminisce and think about the time in their life when they were with you and feel like that was the best time in their life. And, at the time when they walked away, because I do feel like it was maybe them that walked away, they thought the grass was greener, there was something else out there, and they got out there and realized it wasn't. And quickly regretted it. I think you might have been a little bit controlling, and they were feeling suffocated or feeling like they wanted more autonomy in the relationship. So they left, but they are going to come back around because they know that you brought a sense of adventure, excitement, but you were just really an uplifter. You were the kind of partner that said, I believe in you. You can do anything. And they know that, and they have not found it since you. So this is you. I think that you are going to feel like the center of attention for sure with this. When they come back, you're going to feel like you've got a little bit more of the power in the situation. Like you could take them or leave them. I think you're going to be interested in a reconciliation, but I also think there's kind of a part of you that's like, look, I've been away from this for so long. I'm somewhat apathetic. There's unfinished business, yes, but it's not like it was 3, 4, 5 years ago where if they would have come knocking, you would have immediately reconciled. You're going to think about this for a while. And I think, too, with the Three of Wands, you're going to be taking action, but you're going to be doing it in kind of a calculated way, a well thought out way. It's not going to be, even though he's a page and they can be kind of impulsive, he's still hanging on to his wand. And wands are for magic, by the way. When you see a wand, that's about manifestation and seeing, your dreams come into your reality. Now, this is really more them. And the Seven of Cups here, they are being told to take off the rose-colored glasses, because I think there's a part of them that knew how badly they wounded you, and they're kind of tormented by their own daydreams where they're thinking about you, very nostalgic, but there's just like lack of direction in some way. Like I think they're very almost bipolar with it, and it could be somebody that's like a Pisces or a water sign too, where they are thinking about all these different scenarios where they might come in and you immediately say, I've been dreaming about this. I mean, it's like they're fantasizing about you in a way that's not completely realistic. So it's spirit saying, take your rose-colored glasses off. You did some damage here, and you don't just come waltzing back in and, immediately reconcile. So I do think there's going to be some choices to be made. And Spirit does caution you a little bit with this. Just know that you are being intuitively guided. You are on the right path. And if it doesn't feel like fun to you, it's not the right direction. If it feels like it's going to be a lot of work, it's not the right direction. Again, you have another 5 here with the 5 of Pentacles. And this is like your inner emotions and secrets even can be coming to light with the position of this card. I think you felt left out in the cold for sure by this person, like you were shunned, and it was very shocking when it happened. and there's a part of you that, kind of goes, I've reestablished myself. I'm not sure I want to take that gamble again. But I also think it's possible that for some of you, you are not going to reconcile, and the energy is also going to be about what an outcome for them. But I think it's more about your fears about trusting them. That's what it really feels like to me. It's your misgivings about trusting them and not getting the snake in the cup, not getting that back. You want those gems. You want something that's going to be stable, committed. But in the Five of Pentacles, it's earth energy, so it does tend to be more stable. But it's also about two people sticking together, and this may be one of those situations where you are bound to this person on some energetic level, and they needed to briefly depart. I mean, even though I think it was years in the scheme of an entire life, it's rather brief. They would have a very difficult time not having you in their life somewhere, Aries. So in your outcome here, you do have the Queen of Cups, and this is all about love. I definitely think, like I said, it's going to be some kind of a reconciliation, but it's in a much, much more mature way. This person is going to be emotionally invested in you, and even though they are kind of scattered, they feel like this is a very important relationship, and they would do anything to be back with you. And I think you're going to find they treat you very much like a queen the second time around. They are going to emotionally own their stuff and what they did. They're going to, if this is for you, they're going to be able to come back and really acknowledge where they were wrong. And, it's somebody who's going to have a lot of caring and love and deep love for you. So, overall, with these two as clarifiers also, the outcome of this is very promising. It's all about success and victory and action. And I like it that you've got two fire cards here supporting you, because I think your soul will be victorious in the end. No matter what happens, that's really what our soul's journey is. And no matter where the path takes us, in the end, the soul is always victorious. So know that we're here to embrace the contrast, and that's how we grow. Because if we were always in that kind of high-flying place, it would get to be kind of ho-hum. Our life would be like, this is what it is every day. Where's the excitement? So I think that January is going to be a very exciting month for you. And it's going to be definitely a month of change. So I'm excited to see what happens for you. And again, I appreciate all the subscribers, and thank you for tuning in again. And I love you, and have a great rest of the week here.